this video, I'm going to demonstrate a model of the strategy dual coding. If you're experiencing problems, such as students not being able to retrieve prior knowledge, then this strategy might be a useful one. You might want to copy the strategy, or you might want to adapt it for your own context. If you do adapt it, do remember to try to maintain the steps that we think make this strategy effective. These are: begin by teaching the new content through spoken explanation, reading or discussion, and ensure that students understand the basic idea using clear, accessible language. Present the same concept using a visual aid that supports understanding. That might be a diagram, a timeline, a flowchart, a mind map, or even an infographic. Have students draw, label or annotate the visual themselves while referring back to the verbal explanation, because this strengthens the connection between the two formats. And finally, encourage students to use both the words and the images when retrieving or explaining the concept. Ask them to refer to the visual while explaining aloud or writing an explanation. I'm now going to model what this might look like in a classroom. So the class is beginning a unit on weather and climate. The teacher is introducing the water cycle using both verbal explanation and a visual diagram. Today we're learning about the water cycle, how water moves through the environment. There are 4 main stages: evaporation, condensation, precipitation and collection. Evaporation is when the sun heats up the water and turns it into vapour. Condensation happens when the vapour cools and forms clouds. Then comes precipitation, rain, snow or hail. And finally, collection, when the water gathers in rivers, lakes or oceans. Now, let's look at a diagram of the water cycle. This diagram helps us to see the cycle clearly. Each part shows what we just talked about: the sun heating water, clouds forming, rain falling and water collecting again. Now I want you to draw your own version of this diagram using the same 4 stages and label them using your own words. Remember to try to include arrows to show the cycle. Start sketching and labelling the diagram now in your books. Off you go. Great job, Theo. Your arrows are really clear. Isla, can you add a label to show where the rain goes after it falls? Okay, now turn to your partner. Use your diagram to talk through the water cycle step by step. Remember to point to each part as you explain what's happening. Off you go. Can you both explain why condensation comes after evaporation? What's happening to the water? Okay, bringing you back. Well done, everyone. Using both the diagram and your words helps your brain make stronger connections. That's called dual coding. It's like storing the idea in 2 places so that you remember it better. So as you can see, this strategy taps into dual channels for memory: verbal and visual, making the information more durable and accessible when it's needed to be retrieved.